Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing? Today we are going to be discussing my $1,000 fantasy cart at Sephora. I recently saw Samantha March do this and I got inspired because I remember doing this years ago and I feel like it's such a fun video to do. It's basically just this idea like if I had $1,000, I could only spend it at Sephora. I need to spend it like one cart, let's go. What would be in that cart? And it was surprisingly easy. Like I actually went over $1,000 and then I had to like cut back and I was like trying to talk myself out of things and I was like, none of this is real. Like I'm not buying any of this. And then I immediately got the emails from Sephora that's like, your cart is waiting. And I'm like, yeah, it probably should not hold its breath. But I thought it would just be fun to go through, talk about what I would buy, why I would want to buy it, because some of these things are genuinely on my wish list. I've wanted them for a long time. Some of them are things that I am debating on purchasing, and some are just like fantasy, like if I was feeling luxurious, if I had money to splurge, then this would probably end up in my cart. It's not like a normal everyday purchase. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna move to the side to make this easier. The very first thing that's in my cart is actually out of stock now, but I did almost purchase this. Like I was debating, like I actually took all like 20, how many things are in my cart? 21 things. I took 20 things out and I had this thing solely in my cart and I was like, should I purchase it? But then I didn't purchase it in time and it sold out, but it's still there. So this is the Summer Fridays Mini Lip Butter Balm set and it comes with four different mini lip butter balms. And it is only $25. I feel like I try not to get, trapped into the hype of like Sephora favorites and Sephora gift sets and like all the holiday whatnot that comes out. But my favorite thing is when brands take their best-selling products and do like little minis. Like I love the Rare Beauty mini sets because they last for so long and they're just like such a good way to try so many things. So because I've heard so much hype about these lip butter balms, I really, really wanted to try them. And they would definitely be in my fantasy cart, possibly even my real cart. And then next I have a blush here from Tower 28. This is the Blush Please Lip and Cheek Cream Blush in the shade Dream Hour, which the name is so cute. And the shade, you guys, like, I have to have so much self-control to stop buying every single blush that comes out in this shade. Like I'm just obsessed with pink blushes. I think they are so beautiful. I'm like, I need to try every formula. And if I'm being logical, rational, I know that I don't even like the Tower 28 blush formula that much. Like it's nice, but like I prefer the Melt blush formula. I prefer the Finding Ferdinand blush formula. Like I have other favorites. I know this is not a favorite, but the shade is beautiful. And then also something that I feel like would only be in a fantasy cart is the new Merit Solo Shadow Cream to Powder Soft Matte Eyeshadow. The marketing on this almost got me. Like I was like looking through their email and I just, honestly, they might be geniuses. Like they tried to reinvent the idea of just like one cream shadow, and I want to try it because of the hype, but at the same time, I'm like, in what world have I ever been someone who just puts one cream shadow on? Like if I was going to do something like that, I would probably get the Auric ones. Like they have like the cream shadow and like the little toppers. Like I feel like that's more me because then you also have like a little razzle dazzle you can add on top. But yeah, I don't know. I put the shade Studio, but I was kind of undecided. Like multiple of them look pretty, but nothing was like, bam, this is your shade. But also the hype, I don't know. I got sucked in. So speaking of hyped minis, there's another one that I have in here. This is the Sai Mini Dew Blush Trio set. It's $30. It comes with 3 different mini blushes. I've seen so much hype around this blush as well on TikTok. And then I also included the Inkey List Polyglutamic Acid Dewy Sunscreen. Probably butchering that. It's $15 and I've heard really good things about it. I'm not 100% sure if I've tried this because I know that Amanda, Makeup Just for Fun, she has a sunscreen from the Inkey List and I have used it, but I'm not 100% sure if it's this one or if they have multiples, but I did like it when I used it. So yeah, it's just affordable. It says it's glowy, or well, it says it's dewy. So I'm like, how dewy is that? Like, can we get a comparison to the e.l.f. dewy sunscreen? Because that is very, very glowy. But I'm interested to try it, and you need to wear sunscreen all year round. Okay, we've got another set here. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin best-selling blurring buddy set. It's $30, and I was really interested in this one because it comes with a blush shade called It Girl, which is so cute, and it just looks stunning. Like, the shade is like the most beautiful, bright, like purple based pink. I'm obsessed. And then it also comes with a universal version of the same product, but I have not tried the Blurring Balm powder. Okay, next I have the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Divine Powder Bronzer, and I have the shade Bronze Dawn, which is the fairest shade. It's $39. I've wanted to try the Pat McGrath bronzer for a while, and her last few sales have been excluding the bronzers, which is why I haven't bought it, because I'm kind of like, you know, being stubborn. Like, at this point, I've waited so long. Like, why would I not keep waiting for it to be on sale? I have the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Under Eye Color Corrector in the shade Papaya. I don't think that's right. Oh, okay. I put Papaya because it must have been sold out. The shade that I would actually need is Pink Pomelo, which is a light pink for fair to light skin tones. And I'm really interested in this because I love color correcting before I do my concealer. I just feel like it's super helpful. I literally just got the one from Natasha Denona, but in person, I feel like it's not as like pink. Like, I think I might actually like the shade of the Huda Beauty one more. So we also have the Danessa Myricks Oh No, my cart is off. I just realized that I have this eyeshadow palette twice, and it is $250 if you have it twice. So my cart isn't even $1,000. So the stuff that I took out, I could have left in. None of it's real, but it's still okay. Anyways, I actually was debating on purchasing this. I asked you guys if you'd like to see a review, but I ended up not purchasing it because I got mixed opinions, and it's a pretty expensive palette, but it does look really beautiful, and it looks like it has like so many different shifts, and I don't know, it's just stunning. And then I also added in the Groundwork palette from Danessa Myricks, which says it has defining neutrals. It's a palette for eyes, brows, face, and lips. You're supposed to be able to do like everything basically with this palette. Like, very similar concept to the Forget Me Not palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. And it's $65. So kind of tempted by that one. And then next I have some products from Gucci, because how could you not? I have not tried anything from their makeup line. It's wildly expensive. I hear that the quality is, you know, just here and there, like nothing super exciting. The only thing I've really heard good things about the quality of is the lipsticks, but I added in the Sunkissed Glow Bronzer because the packaging is so cute, and I just did the lightest shade, and then I also added in the Luminous Matte Beauty Blush in each color 07, which is like a beautiful pink. And I just never know what to expect when a product is called a luminous matte. And then I also have a Gucci lipstick here in the shade 204 Peggy Taupe, which is a velvet matte lipstick. Again, the packaging is stunning. It's like $47. I swear I heard Hannah Louise Poston talk about the Gucci lipsticks and say how beautiful they are. In fact, I was looking for one specific shade that she mentioned before, but I couldn't find it. But this one, the swatches and everything, looked really, really nice. And then I also added in the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer in the shade 120. This is another product that I'm like on the fence. Like, I really do want to purchase. It's not just a fantasy. It looks beautiful, like the coverage, the glow. I'm a little unsure of the shade because, well, I've got the shade 120 marked here. It's described as a light peach. And then like there's a light warm and there's a light cool, but they just look like from the swatches like they would be too dark. So I don't know. I feel like that's something I kind of want to swatch in person just to see and make sure I get my shade correct. And then I also have the NARS Afterglow Liquid Blush in the shade Wonderlust, which is a beautiful, like soft purple blush. I swatched this in the store at Ulta and I thought it was stunning. And if it had been in stock, it probably would have gone home with me. I also added in the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Soothing Serum Skin Tint Foundation in the shade 1 because I'm obsessed with this skin tint. It is so beautiful. I have the shade 2 right now, which I'm like making work, but as like the summer is fading out, fall is fading in, the tan that I had that makes me like half a shade darker is fading, and shade 2 is not going to work for me for much longer. So I really do need to get shade 1. Also added in the new Rose Ink foundation, the Soft Light Skin Smoothing Hydrating Non-Comedogenic Foundation. It's $54, definitely an expensive little guy. I picked out the shade 2N, and mostly I was curious about this because I have the Rose Ink concealer that's like in this same shape package, and it is so good. The formula, the finish, the color, like it's one of the best matches that I've ever found for a face product for me. And yeah, so I'm just very interested in the foundation. And then let's see, we've got another blush, another pink blush. Who could have guessed? This is from Makeup by Mario, the Soft Pop Plumping the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in the shade Perfect Pink, which this is another one. It just looks really pretty. Oh my gosh, we are finally almost at the end, even though I'm going to tell you guys what I took out of my cart. So we'll get to that in just a second because that's going to bring me back up to, you know, the right amount of money, the almost $1,000. We don't want to leave anything left on this like magical gift card that we have. So next is the Pat McGrath Labs Divine Blush Legendary Glow Color Bomb in the shade Floritique. This looks so beautiful, like the color, the glow. I know I saw kind of mixed reviews about this and like people saying it was like a little too sheer, but because I'm very fair, like I feel like I could make it work. And then lastly here I have the Armani Beauty Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Foundation in the shade. Oh my god, I've been talking too long. I can't take myself seriously anymore. It is the shade 1.5. And this is on my list, like specifically on my wish list because I've always wanted to try this foundation. I feel like this is probably like one of the most long-term hyped up foundations on social media. Like I feel like I've been hearing people like rave about this foundation for more than a decade and I have never purchased it. I have thought about it multiple times, but I've never seen it in store to swatch out my shade and like get my shade right. But it has forever been on my wish list. So let me just add in the last thing I'll show you guys. I know it's utterly ridiculous, but this is the Gucci Gorgeous Flora eyeshadow palette. And I know the reviews are mixed for this, but you guys, this packaging, the vibes, it's like the most romantic, cutesy looking palette. My cart is at $969.99, and that's not including tax. Had to keep tax in mind. So that is everything in my fantasy cart. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I would love to know what is in your cart, or if there's anything that you saw that you've tried and you want to leave your reviews on for me. I'd be so curious to hear your experiences. Feel free to have a conversation with me down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.